What's up guys, today we'll be reviewing these Bluetooth headphones from Photive. These are the PH-BTH3s. My need for a wireless headphone solution stems from my recent move into my grandparents' house. The upstairs living room where I watch movies from my HTPC is right down the hall from their bedroom, so cranking up the soundbar after 10 p.m. when they go to sleep would pretty much make me a scumbag roommate. I've always been a big advocate of wired headphones for their superior sound quality and power, but this is the first time where I've needed sound isolation at a distance, as my HTPC sits about 11 feet from the couch. I'm also on a fairly tight budget at the moment, so finding headphones with exceptional price to performance was a top priority. It wasn't long before I came across the PH-BTH3 from Photive. With a retail price of $50, a 4.5-star rating, and 900 reviews, I bought 2 pairs to see if they lived up to the hype. And I gotta say, well, let's take a closer look at the headphones first. The PH-BTH3s are Bluetooth 4.0 compliant and incorporate a closed-back design. They sport 2 40mm drivers with an impedance of 32 ohms, and the battery life offers 12 to 15 hours of playback time and takes 3 hours to fully charge. When plugged into a power source via micro USB, a red light appears on the left ear cup to indicate the device is charging. Once fully charged, the light turns off. The headphones have a wireless range of 33 feet and work best with no barriers between them and the Bluetooth-enabled device. And as an unexpected bonus feature that I completely overlooked when purchasing the headphones, there's a built-in microphone which allows this device to be used as a headset for video chatting or taking phone calls when paired to your smartphone, which I'll touch on later. Inside the box are the headphones themselves, which come packaged in a slim hard-shell travel case. There's a user guide, micro USB charging cable, and a 5-foot 3.5mm cable which you can use with the headphones to save battery life or if your battery is just dead entirely. I have to admit, I was impressed with the box and packaging of the product. For $50 Bluetooth headphones, I was expecting them to come in a paper bag, but the presentation here makes for a great first impression and ultimately a sign of what's to come. Now, the extremely low price of this product was reason enough for me to be skeptical of certain attributes, most prominently the build quality, but I was pleasantly surprised by Photive's exceptional engineering. Both the headband and the frame of the ear cups are made of a smooth matte black plastic construction that's soft to the touch. The outer sides of the ear cups are also plastic, but implement a stylized brushed aluminum look, which make these headphones look like they're worth a lot more than they really are. The headband can flex and bend effortlessly without feeling like it's going to crack or break, and same goes for when pulling apart the headphones to accommodate larger head size. Despite being super thin, the metallic retractable ear cups feel sturdy and don't wiggle at all when adjusting. Articulating the ear cups also leaves no hesitation, as the points at which they're mounted to the headband are very tight and secure. The headband and ear cups are lined with soft foam padding wrapped in a faux leather material that seems to be well stitched together. Pivoting ear cups outward is smooth and easy, but not so easy that they swing out when they're not supposed to. Overall, the build quality of this product goes far beyond the expectation of other wireless headphones in its class. After the headphones had checked out in the build quality department, I was certain that putting them on would feel like my head was in a C-clamp, but the PH-BTH3 surprised me yet again. The Stretchy Headband naturally retracts into a fully closed position for portability, but actually has a very slight clamping force, which puts very little pressure against your head while remaining snug. That, along with the retractable and articulating ear cups, make these headphones fit like a glove regardless of head size. I should note that the foam padding around the ear cups surrounds my average size ears perfectly, so if you have notably larger ears, they may get partially covered by the padding. The padding on the headband is comfortable too, and the fact that these are so lightweight makes it easy to forget I'm wearing them, even after prolonged use. Without a doubt, these are the most comfortable headphones I've ever worn at this price point. Now, some of the challenges wireless headphones face over their wired counterparts are button layout and ergonomics for playback control, and wireless responsiveness. On this model, all of the buttons and ports are conveniently located on the 2 ear cups. On the left ear cup is the built-in microphone, a play-pause button, and the next and previous track buttons, which are placed immediately adjacent to each other but have raised surfaces on opposite ends to easily differentiate the two. On the right ear cup are volume up and down buttons, also adjacent with raised edges, the power button, which has a couple additional functions, and micro USB and 3.5mm ports with connected rubber caps. All the buttons on both ear cups rest behind or underneath your ears, allowing any button to easily be pressed with your thumbs. The port location is fine, but their rubber caps are jointed at the middle, and sometimes removing and replacing one cap causes the other to pop out. Nothing to fuss about, but a minor design flaw worth mentioning for future revisions. The device can be turned on by holding down the power button for a few seconds, upon which the LED indicator on the left ear cup will flash blue. Turning off the device is done in the same fashion. Hold down the power button for 2 to 3 seconds until a solid red light appears momentarily, letting you know the device is off. The secondary function of the power button is used to pair the headphones to another Bluetooth-capable device. Hold down the power button for 5 seconds until the LED flashes red and blue. This indicates the headphones have entered discovery mode for the next 2 minutes, and within that time will show up on another device's radar, allowing you to make a connection. This pairing process is quick and easy and functions as it should. Finally, the power button is used to answer and end phone calls when paired with a smartphone. If you're listening to music from your smartphone, for example, and you receive a call, the music stops playing and a ringtone can be heard directly through the headphones. Press the power button once to answer the call, then again to end. The music then resumes playing. This device performs quite well as a headset, and I didn't experience any delays when answering or ending calls. There were only a few times when listening to music that pressing the track selection buttons took a second or two to register, but apart from that, this device is incredibly responsive. The design of these headphones is well thought out and facilitates fluid user interaction provided you have 2 working thumbs. Up until this point in the review, the BTH3s have surpassed all my expectations, making me rethink everything I know about budget wireless headphones. But as with any budget device, corners must be cut somewhere, and that brings us to the sound quality test, where the results actually seem to fall in line with my expectations. Mids and high frequencies veer towards the neutral side, but are rich and crisp, making voices, string instruments, and piano sound great. Classical music, rock, and even light electronic music prove to offer a pleasurable listening experience. Where the drivers fall short, however, is in the low frequencies. Bass reproduction is a bit shallow at times and lacks the fullness needed to really drive hard rock, dubstep, or loud action scenes. Of course, not everyone prefers the sound of deep thumping bass, and most casual listeners will hardly notice it. In fact, if you're a seasoned audiophile with ears like a hawk, chances are you have no interest in this video, if not for the warm sound signature of my sexy voice. The closed-back design of the headphones means a limited soundstage and short spatial distance, which is to be expected, so don't feel like you're in the Colosseum when watching Gladiator. Overall, I was unable to detect any hissing or artifacts that might result from the wireless connection during media playback and phone calls. Incoming voices during calls and video chat are clear on both ends, and the microphone performs sufficiently for its intended use. Now, I tried to be as objective as possible when scoring this category because for the last 2 years I've been spoiled by the rich open sound of my DT880 Pros. But of course, these are studio quality headphones that cost me $250, so there's really no sense in comparing the two. If sound reproduction is all that I'm looking at, the BTH3s sound decent. For a $50 wireless headphone solution, they sound great. Now, as informed consumers, we're all aware that no device is perfect, and in many cases, each product has that one fatal flaw that could potentially deter us from making a purchase. Sure enough, the BTH3 has an Achilles heel of its own, which is sound leakage. For being closed-back headphones, there's virtually no sound containment. In a quiet room, sound is audible at just 15% volume and becomes distracting at 50%, where you can start to hear the details of the audio. Now obviously, sound leakage isn't going to be a problem for everyone. Take my case for example. Even if I was in my living room watching an action movie at 100% volume, my grandparents would never be able to hear it from their bedroom. Likewise, if you plan on using these at your home computer or while cleaning the house, this doesn't pose an issue. However, if you intend on using these headphones on an airplane or next to your significant other before bedtime, don't be surprised if they politely ask you to turn it down. Alright, so after carefully reviewing all aspects of these headphones, how do they measure up overall? Well, given their price point, the build quality, comfort, and design are something to be marveled. I swear there are far more expensive headphones on the market right now that could take some cues from Photive in these areas. While an excellent solution for home use, their portability and lightweight construction also make them ideal for storage and travel. The device is easy to pair, has great battery life with a quick charge time, and an ergonomic design once you get used to the smaller button size. They offer great sound quality on a budget, but the bass reproduction is nothing to write home about. And as I just discussed, the sound leakage is so bad you'll never need another splitter, but this will only be a deal breaker for some. Despite a few minor flaws and one major one, it's hard to believe this device only costs $50 at the time of shooting this video. All things considered, these are some of the highest quality Bluetooth headphones you can find at this price point. And for that, it's earned a 4 out of 5 rating and the first ever Awesome Sauce Value Award, given to products with phenomenal price to performance scaling. Let me know what you guys think of these headphones in the comments below, and if you know of a worthy opponent in its class. Also toss me a like if you enjoyed the video and help support the